Apologize for the technical difficulties as we bring you this exclusive breaking news. Rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine has escaped from prison after an apparent breakdown in a plea agreement that would have allowed the rapper to go free. Tekashi feared his reputation would have taken too big a hit if he were a known informant and thus formed his plan to escape. Moments ago, the FBI released a snapshot of Tekashi escaping and announced that another inmate escaped with him. They say his escape was so elaborate they didn't realize who all escaped until today.
Have been working since Saturday morning on this case, are putting in every effort that they can. We're talking about two men who have been very elusive. They came up with a very elaborate and creative plan to escape from one of the most secured facilities in New York State, if not in the United States. And so that is what we are defending right now.
An anonymous source close to the investigation says Bill Cosby has been identified as the second escapee and is already in custody after a black Maserati was seen throwing him back onto the doorstep of the prison before speeding away. The FBI says embattled singer R. Kelly appears to have broken out of jail himself and fled to his New York mansion and identified him as the passenger in that Maserati. We caught up with Harry Wrangler, the owner of the Maserati and R. Kelly's Uber driver. He says R. Kelly was so scared about the charges in Chicago that he needed to use Tekashi as a way to negotiate his escape to another country.
I pull up, it's R. Kelly's house. He told me to turn off my destination thing. He said, don't say nothing, turn it off. Hands me $1,000. I say, hey, what can I say? I ain't gonna say nothing. About 45 minutes to an hour later, we pull up to a jail. So we pull up, I look over, it's Bill Cosby and Tekashi running out. They're going through a little hole in the fence. He say, don't say nothing, hands me $1,000. I ain't gonna say shit, cause I need the money right now, so I ain't saying nothing. So they hop in the car. Bill Cosby starts tripping, right? R. Kelly's pissed off because he saw Bill Cosby trying to put the vitamins inside the sippy cup. And you know you don't put the vitamins inside the sippy cup. Everybody knows that. All right, so we get back to the prison, kick Bill Cosby's ass out, right? I look back, and I think Tekashi must have hit the sippy cup. He's knocked out, passed out. I look over at R. Kelly, and I'm like, bro, what you want to do? And he's like, you take me back to the house. So
our source says that as soon as Kelly and Tekashi arrived at his New York lakefront mansion, the FBI quickly surrounded the house. Kelly immediately barricaded himself in and began trying to negotiate a trade for Tekashi. This is the same mansion R. Kelly originally bought with Kevin Spacey and Bryan Singer with the dream of creating a youth talent camp. The mansion came with a playground, an indoor pool, a bowling alley, a recording studio, and a classroom-themed escape room. However, R. Kelly eventually kicked the pair out of his club after a dispute over who gets priority over the film equipment. Our source with the FBI says it was at this time that R. Kelly began demanding a plane ticket to Naruba in exchange for the safe return of Tekashi. However, unbeknownst to Mr. Kelly, the commotion woke Tekashi from his nap and he was able to break free and escape from the rear courtyard of the mansion. Tekashi immediately ran to the authorities and began telling everyone he knew. Tekashi could be heard complaining that a return to prison as a snitch would be tantamount to being in prison with 1,000 R. Kellys. The FBI says Tekashi's fear was enough for him to scream, "It's them way," and finally take the plea deal. Tekashi even told on Harry Wrangler for running a few red lights and driving without insurance. Live from another dimension, I shat on you, WFKE News. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell